welcome to another edition of Outside of Genie, where we'll be previewing the racing from Greyville on the turf today, which is the 18th of October, where we have a massive 10 races on the card. For those that are watching Outside of Genie for the first time, what we do is we do an analysis of the race and we then provide you with outsiders that you can put in with yours, add to your selections, and hopefully if those outsiders arrive, you will then be getting the bigger outsiders and get a bigger payout. What we do is we give our outright selection. That's the horse that that will win the race. That can be at any price, and then we give the two outsider selections in no particular order, and then to prevent the video being too long, as people complain, we then maybe touch on one or two other horses in the race, as if we do more than that, then the video gets too long and people start complaining about the time and their data. So let's have a look at race 1, which is a maiden plate over 1200 meters. Let's have a look at the betting. Here we have the betting on race 1, even money candy man, 5 to 2 Camora, Mr. Gonzalez 7 to 1, Arctic Tune 10 to 1, 20 to 1 Love to View, 20 to 1 August Red, 25 to 1 and on the rest. And in this race, our favorite is number 8. Let's have a look at him. That is also our first choice. Candyman is a 4-year-old, drawn at number 8, not too bad. Has had 3 runs, all seconds, and surely his time must be today. If you have a look at ran second behind Garenias, which is a very good horse, and out of that last race, 10 runs, 3 wins. So definitely number 8 Candyman in with a huge chance in this race. For outsider selections, my first outsider selection, I went for a little bit of sentimental. Here we have Love the View, which is trained by Carl Hewitson. He used to be the assistant trainer to Yvette Brenner. He's now moved to Natal, and his son Lyle is riding the first horse for his dad that his dad is training. I actually do like the breeding on this horse, Double View by the mare I Love Her. She has thrown quite a number of winners. So yeah, just for sentimental value, we went for number 2, and we wish him, Carl, and his son all the best. Lyle Hewitson already on his way to his 3rd jockey title, and it's still early in the season. Then we have a look at number 12. Number 12 is Mondovi. This is a half brother to who is of course. This horse debuted and came from nowhere. It says detached. This horse was way out of his grade. I watched the race and I thought, no, this horse is going to run stone last. But he ran on nicely, 22.3, second fastest finish, fastest 400 to finish. And I do believe if this horse jumped today, he can be involved in the finish. Warren Kennedy from 12. And there is 1 or 2 other horses that you might want to look at, also include into your play. This is number 9 Camora. Number 9 Camora has also showed some potential on his first run, so definitely a horse that you can include. Number 10 Perfuri, you might want to play perhaps in the back end of your quartets. And also number 7 Arctic Tune, which is a first time in a noble tune by Nigev. Nigev was also a good horse. So definitely in also, yeah, there's a few first timers who might have some chances. Then moves to race number 2, which is a maiden plate over 1200 meters. Let's look at the betting. Here we have a strong favorite, 9 to 10, Right of Passage, Justin Snape, Alpha Anton Marcus, 9 to 10, 11 to 2, Go Sandals, What You Want, 8 to 1, 8 to 1, Cafe Pacifica, 14 to 1, Con, 20 to 1, Trillionaire, Rograti, 22 to 1, 25 to 1, and better the rest. In this race, we will go with the favorite, which is number 8. Right of Passage had some nice races. Last time I also run well behind Columbia at Scottsville, but now on Greyville, but drawn 8, which is not that bad. So hopefully Anton Marcus can bring this home for Justin Snake. And we have got some outsider fixes we want to look at, and one of them is number 14, Cafe Pacifica, another Lyle Hudson, drawn from right on 14. But this horse ran on well 22.4 last time out, and I think it can improve on this run. And other outsider selection is number 2, and that's Rogarati from the Full Equity stable. Yeah, this horse did run 11 lengths behind, but was 5th. And I think probably can improve today. Watch out for this one to include in all your play. And then there are a few other horses with chances, but I think this is the main players that you have to look at. Maybe you want to include number 5, Look of Eagles, into your quartets, first timer, well bred. So do include that maybe in your quartets. So now let's move on to race number 3, which is also a maiden plate over 1200 meters. Let's have a look at the betting. Here we have another Snake runner, 2 to 1, Flipping the Stars, Winter Whistle 5 to 1, Farm Hard 5 to 1, Irish Bell 5 to 1, Solar 12 to 1, Hardening 14 to 1, Captain Adriano 16 to 1, Pirates Love 20 to 1, 20 to 1, Shades of You 33 to 1, and longer the rest. Let's go down to number 11. This is the favorite, Flipping the Stars, coming from Cape Town, having his first run here. But as you can see, this horse has run against some diesel, which is in Eric the Red. 6 rounds, 1 win out of that. Here we have behind Delta Queen, 3 rounds, 1 wins. Last time, this last 2 rounds also winners from that. So that makes it a pretty strong field. And I do feel today this horse, the only disadvantage is the draw 11. That's a bit of a concern. But Lyle Lewison is a type of jockey that can overcome that problem. In the outsiders, I've got number 7, Captain Ariana. I see this owner, all his horses are named Ariana. So I did a bit of research. Ariana means warlike in Greek. So, yeah, I don't know if there's any particular reason why all of them are Arianas, but that's just a little bit of user information. His horse improved from his first to his second run, running nicely. Although even on his first run, he did finish under 24 seconds for him to finish, which is better than average. And last time out, 24.3, which is still okay. But he did fade a little bit and might be a little bit fitter today, so definitely horse to include. Here we have Irish Bell, ran second last time out behind Walker Typhoon, who's running in a small future later in the day. So Irish Bell, everything will be a huge chance for Ferraris on board. Here there is 1 or 2 first timers that you might want to have a look at. Number 2, Hardening, also looks like a reasonably bred individual from Duke of Marmalade filly. There's a thing that said the fillies is better than the Duke Marmalade colts. Now maybe Winter Whistle you want to include as well. has been showing, I've been running there and thereabouts. Um, Last time out, less than a length behind the winner, so maybe an inclusion into your play. So let's move down to race 4, which is the first leg of the Big 6. Let's have a look at the betting. Here we have the favorite, number 12, John King, 21 to 10. 7 to 2, Fire on the track. 6 to 1, Lord of the Manor. Raylan Guard is 7 to 1. 3 of Norwich, 10 to 1. Prospero, 14 to 1. Greyville, 16 to 1. 16 to 1, Mystic Master. 20 to 1, and Better the Rest. Yeah, let's go down to number 12, which is the favorite. It's a Jackson out of a Wolfhound me, but he's drawn 12, but has run well in his last 2 races. And already from that one race last time, he is a winner. Behind the clan, it was a strong race, I think. So he ran well, so 12 King will be hard to beat in this field. Outside the selection that we can have a look at is number 7, Greyville. Gammon van Sale Stable, Warren Kennedy on board. This horse, I think this horse battled to find himself in this race. And I think having his second race today, he had some problems. Will definitely be better suited to this distance, and I do think it will run a better race. Then we have a look at number 10, Tree of Knowledge. He has been placed after battling a little bit, but came back after the break and ran 2 nice races, getting the -4, so can be involved in the finish, do include in all your play. We then move to race number 4, of race number 5, which is a Sea Cottage novice play. Let's have a look at the betting. Where the favorite is number 1, Shareholder, 14 to 10. Native Tongue, 3 to 1. Iron Tail, 4 to 1. Take on Me, 5 to 1. Freedom of Speech, 16 to 1. 20 to 1, and Better the Rest. Yeah, number 1 is down in class, way down in class. We're looking here at a C79 average merit rating, and he's been running against 85, 93s, 90, 100s. So based on his merit rating, he should be the winner. But there are 1 or 2 younger horses that you might want to look out for, and that is number 8, Native Tongue. This horse ran in futures last time, Winter Stories, and it was a great 1, only 4 inches behind. So definitely a horse that can improve, a horse that you need to include. Number 9, Iron Tail, also a 3-year-old that can improve, so you need to watch for that. And also number 5, Take on Me. Won well, by over 2 rings, Quattro Passing, that came out and won yesterday, so that makes that form a little bit stronger. So Take on Me also in with a chance. I won't be rushing taking this short odds on Shareholder. Shareholder do have a chance, as I said, I have been running it stronger. But it's also kind of a horse who's a bit battling, to find the winner's box, but today could be his day. And let's move on to race number 6. Sorry, race number 7, which is the Marco Miss handicap listed, class A, average merit rating 96 over 1900 meters. Where the betting is as follows. I think I've skipped the race. Let's go to race number 5. I'll go back there now. Race number 5 is 17 to 10, Maria Cornelia. Walker Typhoon, 28 to 10. Charity Lane, 33 to 10. 92 Purple Moon up 7 to 1. Crescent Pearl, number 7, Year and After. And now I see my first choice in this race, number 1, is a scratching. Let's go and have a look at race 16. Race 6 was my first choice, was number 1, but now I see it's a scratching, so one will have to reassess. Then I will go for my second choice in this race, which was Charity Lane. I think Charity Lane did one well over the 1400 meters, and I do think that that was worth including as well as my other outsider selection, was number 4, Purple Moon. And I think I'll make this now my first selection. This horse won very well, and Valuation from draw 4, I think can be too strong for this in this field. But there are many horses with chances. Number 2, Orchid Typhoon also won last time out. Treasure Pearl won as well. So I think with this in mind, it will be a very good idea to include the field into this, into your pick sixes. Because Maria Carolina did run in the future behind Anything Goes, and Anything Goes has won again. When she won her maiden, she ran from way behind now until Marcus on board. So I would think everything in with a huge chance. Very open race. Now we move to race number 7, which is the Malcolm Mass Handicap Class A, 98 over 1900 meters. And here is your favorite, is number 8, Crown Towers, 18 to 10, Sworder Street, 3 to 1, Exatonic, 6 to 1, Duke the Orange, 8 to 1, Jack of Hearts, 17 to 2, Silver Rose, 12 to 1, Caliante, 14 to 1, and American Indian, 14 to 1, Wealthy, 20 to 1, and Scratched Man Grove. Now, this is for me, is a very open race. They've got this Sworder Street here, which is a 4-year-old, but hasn't had many runs, and last time out ran in a lower division and he couldn't beat Sell High. Now they got him one of the favorites in this race, and then we moved down to Sworder Street up to Crown Towers. Now Crown Towers is also one of the most consistent horses around. Has been, I think when he brings his A game, he's a very good horse, but you never know when he's going to bring his A game. That is the problem. But therefore, my selection in this race is a huge outsider, which is American Indian, because we're working in this race of a relative rating of 98. Now, if you have a look here, 101 behind Gone Assault, 111 Chimes, 104 Jet Star, 104 it won a race which included Jet Star. This horse is campaigning in much stronger races, and now it's with the Garth Puller stable, and it's only for a few days I see, but that doesn't matter. I think this horse Ferraris on board, Blue Ferraris on board, jockey and horse, 16 runs, 6 wins. This jockey has won 6 times with this horse out of 8 wins, and I believe 16 American Indian, very good value for money at 16 to 1. And then for outsiders, I'm looking at number 4, Silver Rose. Course and distance, 4 runs, 1 win, 2 seconds, and a 4. Has never been further than 4 on this course and distance. And I think Silver Rose will also be involved in the photos I've taken. And then my other selection is number 4, Caliante, also a horse that's always there and thereabouts. I haven't run on this course and distance, but I don't think it will be a problem. The horse runs on from behind, so it's the first time going over this type of distance, but I'm sure this horse will be involved in the finish. Caliante. Now, as I said, for number 2, Sworder, I will need more experience. Dr. Orange hasn't won on serve yet, so also open race. Axatonic hasn't run a lot in this class. Need to do more. Wealthies are 4, Mangrove Scratched. So let's move on to race number 8, which is a Pinnacle Stakes over 1200 meters. Here we have number 8, Rebels Champ from Joe Peter Stable, Warren Kennedy, 3 to 1, 6 to 1, Udago Magic, Sunset Eyes, 7 to 1, American Hustle, 8 to 1, Silent Crusade, 8 to 1, Solid Gold, 9 to 1, 12 to 1, Sniper Shot, 14 to 1, and Better the Rest. Now, if we look at the best weighted column here, we got Rebels Champ, Quinlan, Sunset Eyes, Black Ball, which is far too short this for him, and Silent Crusade. And I'm sticking also with Rebels Champ. Warren Kennedy's horse is running against some good opportunities in his time. I'm just not sure how he travels, but I see last year he came to Scottsville, ran second, so maybe he will be okay with travelling, but it's carrying 62, but from row one. And I think American Hassel minus the 2.5 can also be a factor. He's not far behind Rebels Champ. And I think both forfeiters runners in with a chance. Then my other outsider selection is number number 9, Silent Crusade. Course and distance, one run, one win. This horse always runs a good race, always giving his best. Definitely a horse that you can't leave out. Sniper shot has won twice over this course and distance, so can also and has run against some strong opposition. You can include that in your play if you wish to do so. And also good rhythm. It's likely it's getting the -4 plus 1.5. It's also been running well lately. Might be involved in the minor places. So let's move down to race number 9, where we have a merit rated 89 handicap 1400 meters, class B, average meter rating 84. And here the betting is as follows. Quick start 33 to 10, 11 to 2 Golden Duke, 11 to 2 Brazil Nut, Drunken Sailor 6 to 1, Brass Bell 6 to 1, Mashari 7 to 1, Dutch Ali 10 to 1, 12 to 1, Color My Fate 20 to 1, and better the rest. Here my first selection is number 2 Golden Duke, number 1 Golden Duke. He hasn't run in this type of class yet, but he's only carrying 52 kilograms, and it's drawn one, which will be huge in his favor. And I think the Greyville course will be shorter running will definitely suit him because you might be seeing this guy at the front end of the pack turning for home, and he might just open up a link of two and could be hard to catch. In the outsider selections, I'm going for number 7, which is Apache 2. This horse is getting the -4. Has also run in strong races. They run against the 90 Rand third, and the 1400 shouldn't be a problem. Has won over this distance. This horse was at one stage of the Michael the Cock table, and they were expecting a lot from him, but has then moved to senior now with Grant Godson. I think this horse will be improving, including your quartets. And then also number 8, Color My Fate. This 3-year-old has run against the best, some of the best in the country in futures. Now back in the handicap, we include in the back end of your quartets. Then number 10, Brass Bell. Brothers on board, always a horse that also runs there and thereabouts, never to be left out, as well as Dutch Addy, always been there running into the places. Let's move down to race number 10, where my first selection is number 1, Gazala Gallop. Let's have a look at the betting first. The betting is number 4, Hay Bill 7 to 2, Silver Palace 7 to 2, Gazala Gallop 5 to 1, El Torero 5 to 1, 7 to 1, Instinctive Power 12 to 1, Alfredo, Golden Warrior, and 14 to 1, and longer the rest. Now my selection here is number 1, Gazala Gallop with Marcus. Won't be on this horse for nothing. I think this horse would appreciate a longer distance. He's drawn 1, has been running here and thereabouts, but I think it says here 1 pace. That's why I think the 1400 meter will suit. And Frank Robertson has been getting winners now and then, so his stable is somewhat informed. So let's go to number 5, Golden Warrior, -4. This horse run well. Last time out 23.5 on his first run. Was hanging out, now getting the -4 again. I think will improve. My other outsider selection is number 10, which is Instinctive Power. Instinctive Power, I think has been running over a little bit longer. Now back to the 1400 meters, unfortunately drawn 10, but that's just one of those things. The Irish and Miller combination has been getting winners lately. There are other horses with chances in this field. Number 4, Hay Bill. did run well in his first race behind Ferrari's eyes, will have to repeat that, um, that run to be involved. Altaredo also improved last time in outswung wheel, 5.3 behind higher purple. So also all that's improving that you want might be included in all your play. That brings us to the end of this preview. I hope I pointed you in I have pointed you into the right direction on a few horses. And as I always say, break a leg.